confidence in take down this Ghost win.
We'll see if it counts. From 1s to 3s, we'll jump into game 1. And both of these teams hoping to end it in 3. Me and Super will continue from the desk onto the cast. We'll be with you guys for the entirety of this set. And like you said, Lion Blaze coming off that definitely might have some confidence working out for him here. But unfortunately, it's the other squad that's going to be leaning on the good side of things. Fresh News decides to go against it. And a whiff there from Mektos. Not the cleanest gameplay we've seen here.
Now, one of the things that's the issue right now for Continuum and why I say there's more cohesion on the side of Ghost Gaming is watch when these plays develop throughout this series. Ghost Gaming's going to find some passes that are going to be quick. They're going to look intentional. A lot of the time, Continuum feels like they're trying to make something out of nothing, or there's a mistouch that somebody then tries to turn back into a play, and it ends up being this really slow developing pass plays, and they end up expending too much boost and not getting enough out of that play. The other thing is they're going to overcommit a little bit. We did see that right off the start where Kronovi was in that secondary position. That ball got off-touched by Aeon and then got popped over them. Luckily, Astro was there for once all three players being in a straight line works out. You don't typically want to line up like that. You give up too much field real estate. But there's going to be little things like that that's just how long has the team been playing together? Those little cohesion things that they just don't have down yet.
Ghost Gaming certainly on the other side of that. So we'll take a look at how it all works out. At the end of the day, you want to look at how, when you're talking about gel and glue and all that stuff, I generally look towards the passing lanes and things like that. Shot on goal from Lion Blaze. Low speed, however. And Astro able to save it. Can't get past Freshness, though. And a low-tempo game. A Dante, if you will, is where I would say we're at right now. Not quite a snail's pace, but certainly not the speed that you might be expecting here. And to that, I generally point to game number 1, kind of blues here, as Freshness sets up what could have been an offensive look with a demo on Kronovi, but players go back for boost. Freshness with a shot, but it's wide and to the right.
Yeah, I think there is going to be a little bit of feeler. One, first match of the day for these teams. Yeah, they've probably done a scrim. They've probably done some warm-up, but first time taking the field on stream for the tournament. They'll need a feeler there, and then also you want to find that timing and spacing just like that. F dot infield pass going to come in, and they find the lane. Lion Blaze out to Mektos.
That was cute, actually. Lion Blaze does a nice little fake there. That's a pretty go-to maneuver. Yeah. You ride the ball up the wall, you pass it in the air to the midfielder, but instead he actually dips down. The defender doesn't necessarily bite like Lion wanted to happen, but he still gets the same result, able to pass it on the ground. And here he's able to pass the defender and find one for himself. Lion Blaze, pass 1, pass 2, pass the pigs. It's 2-0.
Yeah, a bit of an overcommit there, I think, on the side of Aeon. He tries to push up, but Kronovi hasn't come off that play yet, and he's still in that. So Kronovi coming across, he now has to worry about accidentally running into his teammate. He ends up pumping the brakes, and you've now left a situation where that ball went past you, and you have an isolated defender, and Ghost Gaming takes huge advantage of that. Lion Blaze able to find his way through, make that second shot. So they have the insurance goal, and again, nothing feeling super quick, but it is methodical, and they're kind of getting picked apart here as Ghost Gaming looks for those mistakes. Kronovi with an opportunity, though. Demo on the line. Lion Blaze with the save, and teammate will be able to clear it out, buy them a second to get back into form on rotation.
Aeon, another slap down. Mektos meets it. And here's a nice setup. Astro gets in front, but here Freshness, and Astro gets in front again. Nice defense coming out here from Continuum. Unfortunately, with a $1:25 on the clock, it might be a little too late to be praising the defense, as they've already let 2 balls go ahead right on in.
When they're back and they're on defense, when Continuum's in that rotation, they're fine. It's in the transition where they kind of fall apart. When that ball comes by and 2 people get left behind and you get that 1 player back, that's when the problems come up for them. We watched them yesterday. Hold on. Aeon's going to come through, score a goal, back in it. Down to only a 1-goal lead for Ghost Gaming, and still plenty of time on the clock for Continuum here.
Great job by Kronovi. Brings the ball up on the left wing and is able just to dish it out from the top side. And like you said, right away, we have a game. Perhaps it wasn't too little too late. Goldilocks situation, just right. As Kronovi tries to keep the ball on this side, fails. Boomed out, cleared out. There he goes. Nice play by Lion Blaze with the pop off the wall, but ultimately Freshness not there to receive.
Don't have to go for anything crazy here on the side of Ghost Gaming. They just need to make sure that they continue to win the midfield boost. Keep going in, make your touch, or do that. You know what? Never mind. Just go in and score it. That works too, Mektos. I was going to say all you had to do was hold on to the clock, hold on to the possession for a little bit. But an extra goal, that'll get it done too. And Mektos just going to dunk Aeon.
Oof. That's the double side. That's what you want to see. I think at the end of the day, you know, especially look at how these teams have both been playing, which is to say not at their peaks. I think that extra safety goal is very important here for Ghost. I immediately got nervous when Continuum put that ball in. I really thought that was a situation that Ghost might find themselves in overtime. And with the way that they've played, I don't think that the one goal was kind of safe enough. Now, as we count down the last moments of game number 1, Astro with a last-minute save there. We will wind up looking at your victors. It is Ghost Gaming here in game 1.
Well, going the way that I expected it, but I did see Continuum start to kind of have a little bit of life there. They started speeding up a little bit, and something we saw yesterday as well. So, game 1, kind of a feeler match. I think that Continuum, I don't expect this to be a 3-0 sweep. I do think Continuum is going to be able to find their way through. Defense will hold up in one of these matches. They'll be able to take one down. I'm expecting probably the series score to look like this game and be a 3-1. But I'm not going to count Continuum out yet. There's some moments here once they get things going. If they can get some of the infield passes in the midfield, just a little bit more speed. If you saw every time they were going up, it was kind of soft touches. They just got to speed those passes up just a touch more. They're giving too much time and telegraphing that pass, and they're allowing that midfielder to get up and block it out.
That's what you got to clean up. That's what you got to be able to sort of tighten the screws on the field, right? Like the actual size of the field isn't going to be able to change, but you can absolutely run more power over the field with your own respective spheres of control, if you will. A couple of nice setups here from the Ghost Gaming squad right off the dome, but unable to convert. Here comes Mektos. Angle not good enough, and Lion Blaze tries to force it in on the right side, but also can't find the protractor.
That demo could work out in their advantage, but it takes a little too long to get that play to develop in the midfield. Allows Kronovi to get back on the pitch and come across to make the save. Good effort from them to hold up, though, and make the plays on the ball while they were down a player. Kronovi from the midfield just going to shoot. Had an opportunity there, but Freshness able to get up in a hurry to make the save. Astro with a pass option to the midfield, looking to get it across off the flip reset. No, calls his own number and ends up throwing it right into Lion Blaze. I think he had the better chance to try and pass that one out and let his teammate get a piece.
That's what I've noticed from Continuum. A couple of shots that would rather be passes. A couple of passes that I don't know if they were intended to be passes in the in the beginning, but Continuum seem it's a lack of the glue. You know, you brought that point up earlier, Super, was that the idea that these guys haven't been together for a long time, at least a juxtaposition of what Ghost has been able to do.
Right.
And will we see that on the field? And I think we do.
Yeah, we definitely end up seeing that. And I guess at this point, you know, we said the shot should have been passed, pass should have been shot. Just whatever you think you're going to do, pick the other one. See if it works out. Change it up a little bit because the opportunities are there. They just haven't been able to capitalize on them. Astro will make a good decision here to turn off that as he realized Aeon would not be able to get a piece. Don't want to let any free shots on the net. Kronovi should be able to walk this one out. Gets control, but not enough. Can't flick it up and over. He was trying to get that one past Lion Blaze to try and solo it down the field, get past a couple. I do like the idea of trying to control the ball and bring it downfield. It's a little more dangerous in the sense that if you get dunked on your half, it could be problematic. It could pinch on net. But if you get downfield with control, you can then force 50s and dead balls in front of the net where they can come through and get shot. So I like the control, but it's just not quite enough. That one floating over. Aeon able to jump in behind Astro to make that save, and a quick transition downfield will end up falling to Mektos in the corner. double commit, Demo on the line, but nobody able to get control to move the ball forward. So though the demo was great, the execution in the corner to get possession of the ball off of a double commit with an open net turns to nothing.
2:15 to go, still scoreless. And Krenovi fakes it past one, but the shot's too high. Secondary opportunity from Aeon, and he can't make use of the rebound. Astro hands the ball over. Lion Blaze over Krenovi, over Aeon, over Easy. 1-0, Ghost Gaming have the lead.
So clean. This is the kind of control that Continuum's been looking for, but they haven't been able to keep the ball close enough. Lion Blaze with the boost, able to walk it all the way up to the front side of the box before he lets go of it. Just nose on ball, speeding it up the whole way, making it really hard to read when to jump to make that save, and he gets rewarded for it. Freshness going to come in. Mektos, get out of my way. I got work to do, and I'm setting it up for Lion Blaze, who's going to come in for a second.
And right there, you know, again, a little bit of a clump up from Ghost Gaming, but Aeon's touch just isn't strong enough, and Lion Blaze is able to make it back for the putback. And 8 shy of 2 minutes. Blue team 2 shy of a tie. And Astro here trying to tie together some sort of possession. Krenovi just sort of hands it off. No, takes it away from Freshness. An opportunity. Lion Blaze or Mektos looks like gets a hand on it.
They continue to call their own number, and you can see if this continues this way, I take back my 3-1 prediction. It'll go 3-0. They've got to find a way to get some passing plays going. They continue to call their own number, and they're just getting met at the ball every time. Ghost Gaming doesn't have to think about it in terms of, is a pass coming? What's going on here? No, that guy's going to try and pick it up and flick it at you. I might as well just jump early, get big, and get in the way.
Astro gets in the way of Lion Blaze. Real important demo there. I liked how intentional that one was. Mektos here takes one for fun. And it's Ghost Gaming ball one more time. Lion Blaze makes it past one defender. Drops it down for Freshness to trail. Doesn't have the angle. Mektos might. Puts it all the way to the side. But the goal says no. And it's the sidebar that ultimately denies it, Super.
If
45 to go.
Back post on that and made that would have been a disgusting shot. The overcommit forward for that to then try and just side touch it past the defender. That is such a hard angle to really control because you don't have a good look at the net. You're just kind of shooting from the side. Just almost on. And this one ticking down, Tom. It looks like it's going to be going 2-0, much like the scoreline here, in favor of Ghost Gaming for the series. And Freshness just driving around. We can hear demos and bumps going off all over the pitch.
Another good game here from Ghost. Much more cohesive, at least on the Ghost end of things. I think game number 1, the teams definitely looked like they were in a little bit of disarray. And towards the end of game number 1, Ghost was able to kind of put
Ghost
things
Gaming
together.
will take that one now 2-0 overall in the series here, and putting Continuums back up against the wall here early.
Tough stuff there as Ghost Gaming kind of, is able to tie this one here, but Continuum here. I think the bigger point that I was trying to make was that, Ghost Gaming have seemingly cleaned up some of the disarray that they came into match number 1 seemingly having. Shook off the rust. Continuum, though, have not. I need to see that in game number 2, in game number 3, if we're going to see a game number 4.
Yeah. There's going to need to be a lot more intent to get on ball. It's just the overall speed just isn't there. Because I know Stax is listening and I have to make sure I get it in at least once every time. It just seems like Ghost Gaming wants it more.
Yeah, I don't buy any of that stuff.
I don't either, but I love saying it just because I know Stax hates it.
I hate it too. I think it's
that's just a double win for me. You shouldn't tell me that. I'm just going to say it twice as often.
Oh, man. Well, demo after demo, like we're chilling on SoundCloud. And Freshness here up the left-hand side trying to make use of those openings. But it's just a big ol' volleyball game at the moment. Ball hanging around midfield. You want to use a Staxism? Nothing doing is the one I'll stick to. As Ghost Gaming...
I don't think mine is a Staxism.
Guard their net? Is that even a shot? Aeon gives the ball with a soft touch to Ghost Gaming. Kronovi taking off the field for a second, but nobody really has an angle. Lion Blaze dishes it out in front. Freshness can't get there fast enough, but it's still Ghost possession.
Continuum trying to get this one, but again, soft touch into the ceiling. Aeon a little too far forward, so he can't capitalize on it. Has to make this diving save and rotation back as no one was in net. They're lucky that that one wasn't shot on net. Lion Blaze here, just trying to call his own number, and that's the right number to call. Does it all himself. Curving, you know, people say that the ball can't curve in Rocket League. You just watched it happen and straight into a double tap.
Nice stuff there. Clean once play. I mean, that's the problem, is that Continuum aren't really playing as a team, in my opinion.
Oh,
and
Kronovi,
shots like that have to go in if you are going to lean on individual prowess. And that's
they're
the
tough.
difference.
They're tough, but they have to go in.
Lion Blaze gonna shove this ball here towards the left-hand side. Ooh. Right past one. Good opportunity for blue. Continuum sends it to the right. Mektos is able to make the play. Shot very low speed. Freshness takes it past Aeon, sends it. Kronovi here. Lion Blaze goes for the dunk, but Kronovi zooms past it. Left wing. Continuum here, trying to push it above Mektos. Can't, and abandons the play. Astro by himself, surrounded by GG jerseys. And Kronovi will allow Mektos to push on up one more time.
This one going to flow towards net. Kronovi looking to try and get a turnaround touch on it. Aeon will find a hole, slot it in, and tie it up. 1-1 now as Continuum gets on the board.
This is the most important play right here. Bang.
Yep.
Freshness comes through and finds the demo on the defender, meaning that there's just one player there. Pick left or right, dog. And they picked wrong, so we're tied at 1.
I think he actually got demoed there. Whatever it was, that smoke definitely destroyed that defender on the line. And that shot goes in. Astro with an opportunity to call his own number here, thinking we were going to get all double tap goals, or a lot of chances at him. I guess that Aeon one was in the double tap, so I apparently have forgotten the goal that just occurred within about 10 seconds. Mektos looks for a double tap. We're definitely getting a lot of double tap attempts. Not a whole lot of success on them yet, except for that one from Lion Blaze.
I really like watching Ghost Gaming play right now because it seems like they...
Open net. Mektos make it. He does.
It seems like they don't have this... everything sort of lined up. Their comms are still a little kind of weak, but you're seeing responses at least. They're making the calls and they're replying and responding. It just seems a little bit too slow. And so at the end of the day, I prefer that. I think Ghost Gaming have what they need. They just have to execute a little bit better. And we've seen this team do exactly that. So if you're rooting for Ghost Gaming, although this isn't their cleanest game and tied at 143, Continuum could absolutely win this and stretch the series. I do think this bodes well if you're rooting for Ghost, looking at how they're doing. You're just rooting for them to finally convert, and that's something that you know this squad can do. I think it's a little bit more troublesome when nothing's really clicking. Mektos takes down Aeon. No shot.
It feels like they want to play a bit quicker than they currently are. Kronovi, just off the post and out. That one hurts. They're taking it back downfield here. Luckily able to get a little distraction there in the midfield to send that ball into the corner, and that will get them out of a terrible situation. Lion Blaze now against Aeon. And Continuum starting to win some of these 50 battles and just kind of win possession a bit more here as we get into the later half of this game. Freshness, though, downfield, looking for himself. Can't get the dunk.
Every single play has been individual. At least
on
in this
both
one.
sides.
Yeah. Freshness goes to the shot. Kronovi's there to block. Lion Blaze climbs, and Kronovi's there to clear one more time. Half a minute to go. And it's Kronovi with possession. Down below one and up above the other. That was vintage Kronovi.
What a goal. To the ceiling, jumps off, waits for that, uses the second jump at the last possible moment, and just puts a heater on net. Defender unable to get there, expecting that one to come in a little bit lower. And Continuum may have just taken this game away. Only 20 seconds left. That solo effort from Kronovi may have just gotten it done.
I'll agree here. I think right now you have to, if you want to score, you've got 14 seconds. And Ghost Gaming, although they've been the better team on the pitch, they have not been able to score at when they want. And puts in goal number 3, taking away any question, in my opinion, of how this one will end. 8 seconds to go, technically possible. But my bigger point is Ghost Gaming have been scoring, but they haven't been scoring on demand. That's the phrase I'm looking for. And I think that's troublesome.
It feels like they're playing into the game plan of Continuum right now. Continuum is running a lot of the same that we saw in the previous game here. Clock will tick down. We're just kind of playing for funsies at the moment. It will touch. But it feels like Ghost Gaming is playing into Continuum's hand at the moment. It does feel like they're trying to basically do these 1v1 types of plays, right? The space is there. I might as well take it. I'll call my own number and not going for the passing plays. But Continuum, once they do feel comfortable on the field, we saw it yesterday, they can hold strong on defense. And then if you're playing those opportunities, you have to play just as strong as Continuum is defensively. And Ghost Gaming is leaving more holes at the moment. So right now, it's a bunch of just solo plays with open nets right now for them to finish off. I mean, obviously the Kronovi one wasn't an open net by any means. He definitely created that one, but that's what it feels like the attacks are on the field.
Yeah, I think it's up to both of these teams to kind of close in some of those holes, whether it's literal in defense or figurative, just holes in their game. Because my biggest thing from Ghost Gaming is that, like I said towards the end of that one, they're absolutely unable to score on demand. They're making use of the entire game, which is absolutely what you want to do. Coming into game 4, I think we've got to look at the momentum. And even with the idea that Continuum just took this one, I still look to Ghost Gaming as the more dominant squad. Kronovi is, if he's able to continuously do what he did last time around, starting off like that is a nice look, then I really change my mind. But in a game that has been dominated by individual prowess and we just haven't seen most of it, it's got me questioning. But I am here, and I would like to straight up see Kronovi get it done.
I would love to see Kronovi get it done as well, but this opening attack here, it looks like Ghost Gaming has decided, you know what, we're not playing this way. I think that one was going to be out and off the back wall. Kronovi may have just assisted it, but it's close enough that he had to at least try to make the play on it. Yeah, Kronovi ends up helping that one out. He's going to get the goal, unfortunately, on the wrong net. But the speed, the intent, the aggression coming out from Ghost Gaming here is definitely different than we've seen in game 1 and game 2. There is a lot more speed. Third man sitting farther back, allowing those two players to go forward and try and create a little bit of chaos and constant pressure up on the line, and they do get gifted a goal early from Kronovi.
Continuum here still with possession. Unable to make anything happen, though, and now it's Lion Blaze trying to battle out of the enemy corner. Right side, 3 players in blue jerseys. The Ghost Gaming on the retreat, so they weren't able to make use of the clump. But Freshness beat to the ball. And Aeon takes away a great shot opportunity. Beautiful defense from Continuum. And again, I note the speed there because we just haven't seen it lately.
That one there should have been a goal right there, but you can't expect Mektos to get the Goomba stomp on the back wall. It's a hard one to try and communicate and let that player feel comfortable about coming forward. It didn't look like he was going to have it, and at least not cleanly. So nobody from Ghost Gaming able to commit forward on that one. Pinch going to go the side of Kronovi as it pushes down into Mektos on the back wall. And Continuum starting to do a little bit of pressure themselves as they continue to grab that midfield boost and try and keep those rotations coming through. Shot from Kronovi. Mektos had to be there quick, and defense rotation for Ghost Gaming had a little bit of a lapse for a moment there, and Mektos was able to save them.
Aeon just didn't, I think he just didn't have the boost, but a nice bump. Mixed away for Kronovi. Beautiful play. More importantly, the teamwork on display.
I love the solo effort still. This is a pass play. This is a pass play by design. It's been called, but the solo effort on the pass to then follow through and get the air bump, you can see him twist and intentionally boost and go for that. That was not accidental by any means, and I love seeing that type of effort. I love seeing secondary effort in touches, in rotations, and that's exactly what Continuum just did, and they were rewarded heavily for it. And immediately, though, Ghost Gaming back down the other end. They're going to send the house, and they're going to get paid off for it.
I love the juxtaposition, the comparison, folks. Like the last one, Super needed the whole floor for a TED Talk to break down all the intricacies. This one, 3 guys shoot ball. That's what happened. 3 guys shoot ball. Like brains versus brawn, and freshness here off of the rebound is able to get one past the defender, and this really results. That demo has something to do with it, and just the defense in disarray.
Yeah, that demo is huge. That's what breaks it down there. Kronovi's forced to make that jump across. He's in a position where it's hard. He has to pre-flip into it, ends up catching it, and it sends it back out to the other player who's in position to make the play off the ball. And unfortunately, that demo caused that lapse in the defense. Shot from Aeon, and he's going to get one back. So back within 1, and we're getting a bit of a shootout now here. Very different from what we saw across games 1 and 2.
I mean, this is just freshness there, gets himself stuck in the mud, doesn't realize there's a shot opportunity going on. He's got his eyes on the defender in net and just lets the ball go past him. A little bit of a brain lag moment there. Freshness, a much better player than that, but at the same time, Continuum, it wasn't slovenly offense. That wasn't an accidental goal. Here we go, 1-2. Kronovi gets it on under. And just like Continuum had a lapse in the defense, this seems to be the same thing.
This is what I want to see out of Continuum. They're now going for passing plays. These are coming off of set up, called plays. Here I am. Hey, I see you. Here's the ball. They're making plays, and they're doing it with speed. It's not these weird off touches that are just kind of floating and them having to spend an entire boost tank just to get up to make another bad touch. They're hitting the ball with intent and getting it on target. Big play as Lion Blade tries to open up. Aeon. What? How do you recover from that and still make that save?
More importantly, like the save is one thing, but that making sure that doesn't wind up giving the offense another opportunity is huge. This time around, freshness though. You poke a few holes, and down goes the cheese. Lion Blaze sets up freshness on the right-hand side, and the defense was here. Super, you can dive a little bit deeper, but they just caught the defense mid-rotation. I won't call that a breakdown. They just found the right spot in between the cogs.
They had the exact right drop, right where it needed to be for him to do exactly what he did. Ends up popping it up to himself, calls his own number, throws it over 1, and knows that there's not a chance in the world that player's getting back. And man, the shootout is going. Aeon comes through. Is that his third? No, that's his second. Him and Kronovi both have 2 on the board now. Astro, 3 assists.
Aeon's going to have a highlight reel just getting it past freshness there. Freshness does leave the ground, but, that's a coin flip. You go left or right, and he chose wrong, unfortunately. Freshness here, and no one's home.
Off the kickoff, Kronovi's back getting the boost, coming out of the corner rotation, and Astro pushes forward and Aeon, and they end up double committing for that mid boost. At that point, neither one of them can get back. Freshness just looks at an open net and sends it.
Boy, I am rooting for Continuum to score a goal because I don't want that to be the game-deciding goal. I will just put it out there on the table, folks. I will just say it. This has been a fantastic game. Little lackadaisical on the defense, sure, but it's happened on both sides, and it's given us a great fireworks show. That wasn't fireworks. That was a sparkler that got puttered out before it even gets down to the stem. So Aeon here, desperately trying to bring Continuum to a tie. But instead, ball slows down. No, it's not going to be Ghost Gaming possession. Blue team's going to meet in the midfield. Kronovi traps the ball in the corner. Mektos gives Astro an opportunity. Kronovi going up high for the other angle, perhaps. But it's Ghost Gaming possession one more time.
Yeah, Kernovi was looking for Astro to pass that one up. Astro looked for it, but he just misread his car, and he ends up angling that ball down instead of up. Aeon gonna try and pass one out to the mid. Had Astro, but Freshness somehow gets in the way. Flip reset, little bit of boost, but Astro reads it well. That was a close one there, and Mektos is able to block this out, and that goal is not going to be the one that ends it. This will not be either. Maybe it is going to be the one that ends it. Somehow they save it downfield. Opportunity here. Aeon pops it up. Astro to the ceiling. To the midfield. Anybody home? Yeah, Freshness is there, and he's going to ground it out. And unfortunately for UF Dot, you are going to have to deal with that one goal being the final goal of the series. But man, was that a great electric last game of the series. It was quite the shootout. Huge change of pace from the previous three.
Absolutely. You know, the first couple of games were a little bit different. Let's just put it that way. But big offense comes through here in the clutch, and we see Ghost Gaming take this one in dramatic fashion. In all honesty, as the fourth game belongs to the black and white, and Ghost Gaming solidifies themselves one step further in the tournament.
Can't say it better than that. That's exactly what we just had happen. And Ghost Gaming will move on. Continuum will move down. Continuum will end up taking on the loser of the match that's currently happening on the mainstream, going down between Version 1 and NRG. They are in Game 5. Of course they are, because that is V1's way. And unless that one got updated, I saw somebody in the chat said V1 lost. Let me just
V1 did lose. Energy goes on.
Did they finally lose? Okay, so it'll be V1 and Ghost Gaming. So that'll be an interesting one. Ghost Gaming going to have to take the pace up a little bit. I'm assuming that energy match was a little bit quicker in pace. So that'll be a good series that we will get later on in the day.
Yeah, the energy match went all 5 games, but I don't think it was as explosive as our offense here in game number 4. So version 1 Ghost should be an interesting match. Of course, definitely want to keep an eye on that one. But coming up next, we have G2 versus the Sonics. G2 yesterday did not, or throughout day 0 and day 1, did not exactly perform the way that fans might expect. I'm sure G2 fans hoping for a turnaround will be back after this turnaround.